Okay. Early start. I know. Early start. Hopefully sounds okay. We did play a different game yesterday, so okay. I believe all we were really doing was just leveling our character. Just quickly, the plan is to not stream for very long today. So until I'm able to get a new chair, a better chair, I just can't sit in this chair. It's actually like a little portable rocking chair, like camping chair thing. And also my mouse is starting to go out. It is an old mouse, so like, not surprising. But yeah, I've most likely got to get those 2 upgrades before we can like constantly do really long streams. So we're gonna grind levels today until I can't no more, and then probably a couple days off. I would like to, now that we've streamed for about a week, I kind of know like good schedule times, how often I want to stream, but also things I kind of need for my setup to make it a little bit easier. So I'll try to take care of those things over the couple days off. But I'll let you guys know. But I've been enjoying the hell out of SMT5. Oh my gosh, the game is so good. We don't really need more gear. We just need levels. Honestly, we just need levels. Sounded like I said 24-hour stream. Whatever, Rob. You heard it here first. I've actually never done a 24-hour stream. I think the longest we did was like, we did a couple 12, some 14 hours, but that wasn't planned. That was just during our marathon and things happen. What's the longest you've streamed? Whenever I very first started streaming, I thought that would be something I did, but I never got around to it. I'm still trying to figure out my schedule, like how often I want to stream and all that. Ready to get off work already? Being off yesterday was great though. Wait, did you take another day off? Or is that one of your usual days off? I think so today I had to look at a couple different mouses for the computer. I think when you're talking about computer equipment, it's mouses, right? It's not mice. I don't know. But I had to look at a couple. I'm gonna order one off Amazon. So hopefully I can go home and pick that up this weekend. And then a chair. I've really got to figure out what I want to do for a chair so I can do longer streams.
At least you could stop grunting. Blast it.
Also, is the sound okay? Ocarina of Time finale, 8.5 hours. Also beat Stray in one sitting. Was that game any good? I remember being excited for it, and then I think everyone else was excited too. I think the excitement kind of died down, and I just never got around to it. Playing anything that's not Vengeance is so 2 weeks ago. I played a bit this morning. I will play it again after stream. How good is it? Sound is good? All right. Can you already notice the differences, Key, in Vengeance over just the original? Like, are you happy with your purchase? Way better than you expected? That's crazy. So it was a full price game and you beat it in one sitting? Or was it cheaper? I feel like it was on Game Pass. Or whatever it's called. PlayStation 5 version of that, right? I'm pretty sure I downloaded it for free and just never. Maybe that's why I never played it. Because I got it for free. You know how it is. You get free things you don't appreciate them. PS Plus, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, the reason, so with my streaming, the reason I don't want to stream very long, my back, my lower back has been killing me. And it was mainly from, you remember how I said my arm was kind of hurting from streaming those long hours? And then also now my back is hurting from sitting in this chair. It's just so uncomfortable. So yeah, we're just gonna go until we find some mild discomfort, get a little bit closer to level 90, and then the other plan I have is getting my controller to actually work with this game. So if I take the day off, if I'm streaming, I'm not gonna have time to like mess around with stuff because I just got so many other things to squeeze into the day. But if I take the couple days off, that'll give me a chance to get my controller working for this game. And because we're gonna have very long just grind sessions, I think it's gonna be necessary. So we can finally beat our challenge. And save my arm in the meantime. So yeah, I think this will be the next. I think that's the goal. I think that's the goal for next week. Get the controller up and running, have a better chair, have a better mouse. Cheaper too, somewhere between $20-$40. In terms of the additions, yeah, I'm happy with my purchase because it was more just graphical update and story edition, actual gameplay changes. Yeah, a lot of I didn't want to talk about too much because I'm not sure how far you've gotten. And like I said, I was ready to replay that game anyways. I didn't need a lot of convincing, just some like small changes here and there. But they added so many things to where I was like, I didn't even recognize that like the original should have had this, if that makes sense. Like, this makes the game so much better. Some of the stuff, you know, I've said this on stream quite a bit. Playing an RPG, like I love turn-based RPGs. They're just so dated. It's really hard for me to justify like playing a video game that it's turn-based and also feeling a challenge. So just sitting still and tapping the A button, right? Like over and over and over is just not appealing to me. So turn-based RPGs have to do something different to engage me. Some people think that, and you know, I really recognize this doing that Final Fantasy marathon. A lot of people, when I was doing Final Fantasy 2, and it was the original, they came in and were like, it was like, oh, you should level like this, or you should do this thing. And I'm like, you know what? No matter how you play the game, people are always going to have their opinion on the right or wrong way. And it really started getting me thinking about save states. So there was a couple times where we got soft locked because it's just a poorly designed, I mean, it's an old game, just aged poorly. And there was a couple times we got soft locked, and I'm like, well, I could just start my save completely over because we stepped on this one tile that had a monster that was like 30 levels higher than us that we're never going to be able to beat. And because the way saves work in that game, you keep running into that enemy over and over, even when you reload. because of how many steps you've taken. So I started using save states, just sparingly, just for stuff like that, like whenever we got soft locked and when something bad happened with the game. And then I started playing like newer games, and we started using fast forward. That's right. So I was using fast forward in the battles, and someone was like, this is cheating. You're speeding up the battles. And I'm like, no, I don't think it adds to the difficulty. The time that it takes to go into the battle, watching the animations play through, all of that time that just goes by, doesn't add difficulty. It just adds, I guess, time. It just adds, it makes it more cumbersome to me. I started noticing. So I used to look at games like that where I'm like, nope, you've got to play it the original way. Don't have the quality of life updates, because that's back in my day. You didn't have save states and all that. But then I started realizing, like, no, sometimes save states or sometimes fast forwarding or speeding up, it's respectful of your time. Like, I've got too many games I want to play. Now, whether it takes me 20 hours to level and do like grind and get to the levels I want to be, or it takes me 3 hours, it doesn't make me a better or worse gamer. One of them just takes me way less time. So I started recognizing in those turn-based games, especially the older ones, like how much more I appreciated some of the new systems. Not all systems should be made to make the game easier. Like, I don't necessarily like all the quests. Like when games give you like send you on a quest, and then there's like a trail that you can follow to go to the quest to do the objective. I don't necessarily like that. I do like when they give you good instructions and maybe a map and show you where the quest is, but I don't like where the quest kind of indicator shows up on the ground and you just follow that, because then it feels like I'm just on, even if it's an open world game, it kind of feels like you're on rails. I do want to have some sort of autonomy, not necessarily autonomy, but I do want to have to look at a map sometimes. So there's some things I like. There's some things that I do want them to keep it like more old school. But yeah, when it comes to save states, when it comes to fast forwarding battles or auto battles, to me, I started recognizing that's something that's a must have for me to really enjoy a turn-based RPG. Forgot how good this game is. It was already good, but it's even better now. I've already heard so much more music too, the soundtracks. Always a welcome addition. Pro save state, I don't speed up though, but yeah, I can dig it. Why don't you speed up? Sometimes when I listen to like podcasts or I watch like a YouTube video, sometimes I'll play it on like 1.5 speed. Or like when I'm streaming, sometimes, or when I'm playing games. Sorry, I like to listen to something at the same time I'm playing. It just seems like min-maxing real life. I can get more stuff done. That's kind of how I feel with fast forwarding in video games now. If it's not a real challenge, if it's actually just, if it just takes time to load into the fight, to watch the animations that I've seen 1,000 times, I'm like, you know what? You can just fast forward some of this stuff. It's not new to me. But if they allow you to speed it up and slow it down like it will, I think that's the best. Best middle ground? Old man, that's not how it was designed, but I don't judge people that do. Wait. How's that different, or how do you find that different than save states? Because save states wasn't how it was designed either. I feel like fast forward, like SMT 5 Vengeance, it does have that mechanic in it. So when you're attacking, if you push the A button again, it will like speed up through your attack rather than having to watch your character run up, punch, and then run back. Sometimes I just like to mash through it when it's an enemy I've fought 50 times. I think that's what I meant by speed up mechanics. I didn't mean like throttle necessarily throttling with an emulator or something. I do, while some games I think greatly benefit from that. For the most part, I don't really use throttle either. Yo, Jonathan, what up? What level is your Dryad now? The actual gameplay itself changes. Like, you're zipping through the game and battles are over in 5 seconds. It's like watching a movie and fast forward. I don't feel like it's watching a movie and fast forward. I feel like it's watching maybe the filler episodes of Dragon Ball on fast forward. Because if there's no unique animations or there's no uniqueness to the fight, I think fast forwarding it to me makes more sense than not. Like in did you ever play Earthbound, Key? Having the freedom to pause the movie when you want? Yeah, I feel like those are the same. Like, if you're in favor of one, you're probably in favor. I would assume you're in favor of another. Not necessarily that you would use it, but to me, they both make the same amount of sense. Because save stating to me is less about being able to pause it when you want, and more so about like being able to save right before a boss. So get to trial and error, like 3 or 4 different ways to fight it, rather than, oh, I died at the boss, now I have to go back through the entire level for 30 minutes just to try again. I'm like, that doesn't really add difficulty, that just adds like, I mean, I've dropped a lot of games because of that when I was a kid. Just because I didn't want to have to get all the way back through the level again. Back on old reliable, yeah. Well, I only needed a day just to like kind of rest my arm. Play with the controller for a bit. Beat Earthbound in 2021. So in Earthbound, you know, once you've fought enemies quite a bit and you've leveled past them, how it just does the auto battle and you don't have to fight them like the trash mobs? I feel like that was such a good mechanic, and to me, I'm like, wait, why don't more games do this? Like, I've already fought a level 2 snake 30, 40 times. Just because I randomly bump into one trying to run through this area, I shouldn't have to take 2 minutes out of gameplay just to like prove that I can fight it again at such a low level. Just automatically do the fight for me. Like, that sort of stuff I think is pretty cool. Key's favorite game of all time. What just happened? I didn't even see that cave. Rolling HP is genius. What's a rolling HP? What do you mean by that? Got to get that controller up and running. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying. So I sent you that message the other day. Would you mind sending your controller, your layout thing for Sacred 2 through me in Discord? Because I'm most likely going to take tomorrow. If I say I'm going to stream, I'll never get around to messing with the controller and stuff. But if you can send me that stuff, I think tomorrow and the next day I'm just going to take off to be able to, yeah, better. I need a mouse. I was just saying, so some people have heard this 12 times. Need a mouse, new chair, and controller setup, so I can really put in the hours on this grind. 20 HP and an enemy hits me for 21 damage. Instead of my health just being 0, it rolls down to 0, 19, 18. Can hit them before it gets to 0 and win the fight. I don't remember that. I don't remember that mechanic, but I do remember playing Earthbound and thinking like they did so many interesting things that I had seen maybe once or twice, like in another RPG or another game, and I'm like, why didn't I didn't realize all of these ideas kind of came from Earthbound. Got you. I'll send it over sometime. All right, appreciate it. I won't do it till tomorrow, so no rush. Still confused? I've got no idea. Was that every time you got hit by for an attack that would kill you, or was it like a specific mechanic?
And that, and that, and that.
Must be Friday Eve. Does he get aggressive on Friday Eve? We got to get Rob on SMT. Key. Happens in all fights. When you get hit for damage, your HP will slowly go down and not be instant. See, I don't think I knew that. Darwin's. We don't need those. We're kind of getting to that point where, like, sets, not just every set item is good now. It's like, has to increase the skills and things that we want, because the armor doesn't really go up that much, so being a higher level doesn't really matter from what it looks like. Okay, that might be good. Sash. Oh, but it has to replace this. Well, we could do like all skills. We could do a couple all skills in there, I think. All right, let's try that out. Damage and all skills. Okay, all skills can only go there, but it's +3 because we have a +4 one, right? Yeah. Okay, +4. Boom. We should have another all skills, but a ring. Oh, maybe not. Damn, I thought those were rings. Those are. Oh well. Let's do +19. +19. And then we'll just do damage. Let's see what this does. Does it increase our... Oh yeah, damage goes up a bunch. Okay. That works. That's better. So honestly, if we can find things that have more sockets... I've actually never played an SMT game. Shoot, I'm just now really entering the Persona series. saying I'm ass at RPGs. Point and click games. Damn, why y'all so aggressive? Key, you get so aggressive now that you've been playing Vengeance. I haven't really messed with those. Oh, there was a 20 damage ring we could have used instead. Oh well. And what's our bargaining? 8, 7. All right. All right, let's go one more level, and then maybe we'll go somewhere else. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to max out my 3rd skill, I think. Wine Key talking all crazy to me. Playing difficult games makes me a keyboard warrior. Game over in your 2nd fight. I just died to just a random mob earlier today. I mean, I've died a few times, but it was just like a random fight, and they started gathering Magetsui on their 1st turn. 2nd turn was Crit City. And they attacked my weakness, and I died. GG's. So then the next time I went and fought the same mob again, I'm like, oh, I better prepare. And then I didn't even get hit one time the 2nd time. You just forget how, like, all the enemies have the same tools that you have. So the fact that you can walk in and be like super overpowered, they can do the same.
Come here, worm eater.
Extra turns for hitting you with a crit ain't fair. Well, it's worse when they just attack your weakness flat out. You're like, wait, how did you know that? I didn't even know that. So yeah, I toyed around with the idea of SMT being another stream game, but it just felt weird because I had already played it, and so I didn't want to read through all the story. I was skipping through parts of it, so I'm like, well, people that do want to see like the whole thing is just like, it was weird because I'd already played some of it. I know some of the content is going to be new, but probably a better game for just me personally off stream. So yeah, it makes it pretty easy. The other game that I was wanting to do on stream will be Risk of Rain 2. And because I want to do a video on it anyways, that'll help get the content for it.
Dude, you have a drool problem.
So depending on, I really think we could do everything we need to do in this game. I really think we could beat Niobium next week. So hopefully in another week we'll be done. And when I say done, like obviously we'll be playing this game more when we do other classes and play with mods and things, but being done with this little challenge thing. Everything because I haven't seen it in 3 years, my memory sucks. Well, I'm picking and choosing. Also, There weren't this many cutscenes, were there, in the original? Like they've updated a lot of the cutscenes and character introductions and stuff, right? Even the demons having different animations out in the field is crazy. So that's why it's hard for me to tell like what was in the original and what's been updated. I don't feel like reading through all the dialogue either because I know it, or I just don't feel like voice acting. Just say that and still stream the game. Yeah, well, it's more so SMT is a weird one because part of like what's cool about it is the vibe. Like it's the vibe, it's the just the nothingness. So I actually enjoy like, and the music, the ambience, all that sort of stuff. And I feel like that doesn't come through on stream as well. And not necessarily for you guys, y'all probably might not care. But me personally, I feel like I enjoy it more when I can just play through it at my pace and vibe with the game. Skip the parts I want to skip, read the parts I want to read. Everything is the same outside of picking that girl's hand. I felt like there was some introduction cutscenes that looked better. So maybe, like I said, maybe it's just me maybe it's me just wanting the remake thing to be better than what it is. I don't know. I don't know. I do know, champ. Hell yeah. So whenever I did beat the game, originally, like I said, I wanted to go back and re-experience everything. There is a New Game Plus mode. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like in Vengeance, and I won't spoil anything. But there is a New Game Plus mode, and what it lets you do is, the way I did it was carried over my demons from the previous playthrough. So I was like, man, all these cool demons that I unlocked, I want to be able to play with like the cool ones for like the whole game. And as soon as I did that, I was so overpowered that nothing else was a challenge. So I was like, oh, well, why am I replaying through this and I'm just one-shotting everything? Then it was like, well, you could do New Game Plus and start everything over. And then when you get back to but you have the compendium, so once you do get to a high enough level, you can recruit those demons. Then I was like, well, now it just feels like I'm just replaying the game again. So there wasn't enough different for me, other than maybe one or two demons being different in the game. So I was like, I'm not going to replay this whole game just for like a difference 60 hours in. A small difference 60 hours in. So hopefully they've made New Game Plus a bit different in this one. Well, actually, there's probably just a reason to go back and play the other path now. So it doesn't really necessarily need New Game Plus. How far did you get when you were playing the original Key? Like, what part did you get up to? Just recently, that you remember. Yo, Nox, what up? How you doing? Stream the whole Soul series? Yo, I'm gonna do the same, Rob. I'm doing the same. One of my marathons I want to get done. I want to do 2 marathons this year. One if it takes too long.
I think I might have overreached here.
Just the first battle or so. So Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, and Terra Enigma. Oh, those Souls series. I was talking about Dark Souls, but yeah, same thing. You're already further than that file. I'm probably going to put a good 8 hours in tonight, Key, not even gonna lie. Those are the classics. Haven't seen or heard from them in so long. Yeah, I think Terra Enigma was the first one like game like that I played, like the little action RPG. And Secret of Mana, Seiken Densetsu 3, is that the one? Totally the same thing, no difference at all. I definitely thought you were talking about Dark Souls though. Streaming Dark Souls would make me quit content creation. Wait, really? Have you played the Souls games? And look, my plan at the moment is to stream Dark Souls, but I may not like it because it's kind of, the reason I like the Souls games is very similar to SMT. It's difficulty, the vibe, the aloneness, and it might feel weird streaming it. I don't know, but we'll try it. We'll give it a try. I've played 1, 2, and 3 and Elden Ring. I've beat all those, but I've never played Demon Souls, so I'd love to play the remake and stream it. Then do 1, 2, 3, do Bloodborne, and Elden Ring. But yeah, we'll see how I feel. We'll see if it's any fun. Never played Secret of Mana. That's another series I wanted to play through. The new one. Did you play Trials? You played Trials of Mana, right, Key? You streamed that. Did you end up liking that game? I feel like you could like that. Why? I thought you were talking about Dark Souls 2. I was like, man, maybe we can stream them at the same time and like compare and contrast. Anger problems, that game would bring them back out of you. That's the fun. You beat one of the Mana remakes? Yeah, so that's the one. Trials of Mana, I'm pretty sure. I really liked that game. It was super cool. Those sort of games make me excited for what the future of RPGs like could be, because that still had the feel of like a very old school traditional RPG, but it was updated. And now I want like a new game to come out. It doesn't need to be a remake, but a game like that, in that style, but just more fleshed out, like be able to walk in and out of more houses, a little bit more better like movement in the environment, like jumping and platforming and just like more open worldness. I feel like an RPG, I feel like a game like that could do really well. At least for me personally. It's my personal wish list. Everyone else should want it too. Gotta get out of here. Alright, Key. Emotionally and chemically imbalanced. That's wild. But it'd be for our entertainment. Trials was good. I replayed SD3 before playing it. The music is what made me really appreciate it, Nox. Because I probably should have went back and replayed it. But I hadn't played it since I was a kid, and I didn't remember the game at all. But whenever I started playing the remake, there was so many parts where I was like, oh, that's the game I was thinking of. It reminded me, that's how it let me know they were really faithful. Like some of the music sounded similar. some of the areas I recognized, even though it's like in a different
Anything else?
art style environment sort of thing.
Also green.
All right, let's. Sell our things. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on SNES on stream yesterday. They did the Black Ranger so wrong. Wait, you played that? That was the beat 'em up, right? Side scroller beat 'em up. I used to love that game. You know he only has like 4 fingers on one hand, right? What'd they do to him? $162 to $206. Man, that's still a long ways away. Honestly, we're getting to that point where I don't even want to pick up blue items anymore. So let's actually change that. Oh, a lot of blowpipes now. $137 to $172. So we're actually going to change. Let's change that setting. Yellow or better items. So just so we don't pick up as much stuff. Actually miscellaneous, because we still want to be able to pick up, well, nah, let's do yellow or better. Yellow or better. Yeah, that works. I had it as a kid, but haven't seen it as an adult. It was an experience. Wait, was it not? Did you enjoy it? I feel like I loved that game as a kid, but I don't think I ever beat it. Let's save and exit just to respawn all the mobs. Let's get to level 83. I'm just trying to think what I guess the goal today literally is just to get as close to 90 as we can. That's the goal. So I'm not necessarily wanting to beat Platinum, even though I think we could beat it right now. But we'll see how we feel towards the end of stream, depending on how far we get. I honestly just wanted to try and gain like 3 or 4 levels. But we've also been able to get some better gear. So we'll just keep on the lookout for gear and things. Keep buying potions. Zach looked bad. You got offended. I mean, you can spoil it for me. I don't think I'm ever gonna go play it. Are you gonna make a video on that? You know what? I better not fill up my gaming backlog on stream too much, because I've completely forgot about like Path of Exile 2, which I'm wanting Path of Exile 2 to be a stream game. And then other little, you know, roguelikes or whatever I feel like playing. Made him look like a monkey at the end. I mean, it was the 90s. It was a different time. Back in my day, you could call black people monkeys, and it wasn't a big deal. You didn't get put in the newspaper for that. That was just another. For you, it was the worst day of your life, but for me, it was a Tuesday. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Power Rangers the movie on SNES to compare and see which one was better. The movie game was terrible. Wait, so you could still do that as a video. That could be like a pretty good video. I mean, that's part of the story right there. You just go, the idea was to play them and compare and contrast. But this game was ass. This game was so garbage. I mean, look at this. Look at these graphics. I think that'd be a fun concept, fun video to watch.
And I'll give you another one at the same spot.
That's the video, literally. It writes itself. First game in an hour and some change. Wait, what? Really? I feel like when I used to play games as a kid, I used to think like, man, this game is, all these games are impossible. I'll never beat them. These are like 60 hours long. I can't beat this game. Now you go back and play it as a kid, and it's like an hour long. Had to turn it off. It was so bad. Like so bad it was good, or just like just bad? That's it. No redeeming qualities whatsoever. You know, did you ever play any of the old Ninja Turtle games? I feel like that would be a fun game to stream. Just because like being able to play now on like emulator and save states and stuff, it'd be less it's kind of like Battletoads. That could be pretty fun. Speaking of anger inducing, trolls were worse, the levels were worse, just all sucked. No, I will not. Turtles in Time? Oh, Turtles in Time was easily one of my favorite games ever. I played, oh my god. The amount of times I went to the video game store and rented that game. That game was legit. Big Apple, 3 a.m. What was the other one where he's on the bury my shell at Wounded Knee? Was that one of the other ones? The original one on the NES? I know. It was the underwater level where you had to swim through the lasers. Ugh. Vomit.
This has to be a very special item. I guess you orcs don't
Electrical seaweed. Yeah, that game was a nuisance.
That was only the beginning.
SNES Classic Sunset Riders? What's Sunset Riders? What about did you guys play Contra on the Super Nintendo? I used to love that one. There was a bullet hell space game. I forget what it's called too. That was fun. I sucked at it at the time, but I would still always want to rent the game, get through like the first 2 levels, and then get stuck again. A drowning turtle. Old kind of Contra, but Wild West game on the SNES. I feel like I do remember that game. Was that at the? Was it at arcades a lot? I feel like I remember seeing that game at the arcades. I'm just now remembering the music from Turtles in Time too. Man, we were spoiled. And great voice lines.
You could stop grunting. Blast it.
Man, the amount of like ingenuity they had for like the music, you know, voice lines and all that on like a 32-bit system. That's crazy. Seen them at retro arcades recently for myself. I had it on the SNES. Okay, I do remember seeing it at
might have overreached here.
arcades. Oh, there was that other Ninja Turtle game on the NES as well. The one where you start off in the burning building. That game was tough too. Super like interactive for its time, huh? Like environment exploding around you. For some reason, like these massive Indiana Jones stone spheres falling down the stairs. I don't understand how they got into the apartments, but it's talking turtles, you know? We don't ask questions. Oh, did anyone play Daydreaming Davy? You don't recall that one? That's a hell of a start. I actually think that was let me see what that one was. That was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's what it was called? No. Nope. That's Mutant Mayhem? Oh, it was a trilogy. There was 3 games on the NES. So the one I'm talking about it was number 2. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Yeah, that one was insane. So yeah, it's like a burning building. First enemy, the first boss you fight is Rocksteady. Rocksteady was the rhino, right? You fight him and he's got a machine gun. How is that fair? So I think I owned that one, but I had to rent the other, TMNT1. And that game was impossible. And if anyone says they beat it, you're lying. Elden Ring DLC releases soon. Wish I could get into Elden Ring because I feel I'm missing out on that. Wait, were you not, did you not like Elden Ring? I've got like 100 hours, I think, in Elden Ring. That game was so good. I'm going to, I'm not going to, I've got so many games to play and so much to do. So little time. I'm probably not going to play the DLC. Not until we do, not until I do my Souls marathon. And it's one of those games for me that, like, when I start playing it, I don't want to stop. So, yeah, we'll definitely stream the Souls games. I think it'd be fun. And because I could make content out of all the games. When you just don't care about winning. You're playing it just to pass time. Yeah, you can only pass, like, the first 15 minutes of time, though, because that's when it's fun. Selecting your turtle and just, like, figuring out what their attacks do, and then it's not fun anymore. Couldn't get into Dark Souls franchise either. Okay, yeah, it's not for everybody. It's definitely a honestly, Dark Souls to me, it's like beer. It's an acquired taste. I don't even think I liked it whenever I first played it. I liked the idea of Dark Souls. So I think I bought it when Dark Souls 1 came out. I bought it on release because I think it was still under the radar. And I always like finding games that are like action RPGs have always been my thing. And if there's like a new action RPG coming out, I'm almost like often I'm gonna know about it and then want to play it, give it a try. But when Dark Souls was coming out, it wasn't like a major, there weren't like major news outlets or anything covering it, but there was a lot of like it had like the cult following of everyone that liked Demon Souls, and they're like, oh, it's the new Demon Souls, this game is awesome. So I went back and started looking into Demon Souls a little bit, and I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't look like, the game looks really hard. They were talking about how difficult it was, how it doesn't explain anything and all this, and I'm like, you know what, that's kind of like my style of game. I'll give it a try. And then when I was playing it, it was so hard. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be as hard as it was. It was so difficult. But then once I got the hang of it and understood how it worked, I didn't care about how difficult it was anymore. I more cared about like, oh, I know, once I overcome this hurdle, then I'll be good at it. So I ended up just, yeah, liking it. And that feeling, I remember that feeling of like being stuck in the first part of Dark Souls for hours, like 4 or 5 hours, and then finally getting past it and just having this big sigh of relief. Like, I think Havel, isn't he in Dark Souls 1? I remember fighting Havel and finally beating him, and then beating the Asylum demon on the bridge. Taurus demon, whatever. I think that's what he was. I remember finally beating him and beating Havel and just being like, I'm the best gamer of all time. I'm so fucking good. And then you just, I just kept chasing that feeling from that point on of being stuck somewhere, finally beating the boss, and then feeling like the best ever. And then you meet the next roadblock and you're like, ugh, again? Up until the water level, really? Yeah, it is. But that's still pretty early in the game, right? That's where everything goes left. Yo, Nico, what up?
I know where it hurts. For the funeral.
Yura.
All over right away. That was only
Nico.
the beginning.
I'm just saying. I really think you would like SMT Vengeance. Like, I really think you would like that game. It was the way SMT 5 was meant to be all along. Marvel vs. Capcom is here. So excited. Yay. Are you gonna grind it? Are you gonna become a tryhard? All skills. All skills. Your wallet won't like it right now? True. It'll be there when you're ready. Globus Cruciger. Okay. No. Didn't mean to do that. All right. All right, next level, I should hopefully be able to max that. And then I think, because I'd have 4 levels mastered, or 4 skills mastered, then I can start splitting my points a bit more again. Persona 5 Royal, as they re-released it with extra story, fine-tuned OG story, and new mechanics and demons. Yeah. Yep. And new music. New it's weird. I don't want to call it an expansion. It's like it sounds so weird because the game came out however many years ago, 4 years ago or something. It's like it's been remastered
Engraved in your gravestone.
with new content. Even like some of the levels already, like the early on stages, there's new like, let's just say there was a cliff that you couldn't get to in the original game. Now they've added, like, oh, you can actually go this cliff, and there's, like, a few items over here. There's, like, a lot of that stuff in it, to where it just seems like the map, that was whatever the map was, which normal, pretty decent size. They're like, oh, let's just add, like, little pockets of extra things here, and here, and here, and here. Oh, let's add a new section that attaches to this part. So now whenever I'm playing, I'm like, okay, it feels like I'm familiar with everything. Like I know where to go for like the main quest stuff, but there's so much extra stuff. So it's worth like exploring again.
Wrong place
Let's try to go one more level and then I'll get my coffee. One reason I'm kind of scared to do some of the quests though is because some of the quests do have like bosses or just like tough elite enemies in them that if we just randomly run into one in Niobium, that could be spell disaster. But fuck it, it's what we're doing. Strange Journey Redux, Devil Survivor, Overclocked, Break Record, SMT4 Apocalypse, P4 Golden, Royal, Reloaded, Vengeance, probably some more. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But it feels weird that they've done it so soon after, right? Or is that normal? It's their business model, and I've fallen for it every time. How long has Persona been out before Persona 5 Royal came out? Kingdom Hearts is worse, though. You're not even necessarily getting new content with Kingdom Hearts all the time. Sometimes you're just getting to play it on a different system. Sometimes in worse shape. Seems normal. 26. Oh, so 3 years apart? Really? Okay, so I'm assuming that's just, you're right, Nox. That's just what they do. All the above games and their predecessors. Wait, so you're actually an Atlas fan? Have you been enjoying Vengeance? Or did you get into that one yet? I admit it. I mean, I've only just recently become an Atlas fan, and no regrets. Didn't get that yet. Probably will later. Okay. Yeah, I've been playing it. I think I've got 4 or 5 hours in it since we started yesterday. And I'm planning on getting another 6 to 7 hours tonight. Maybe not that long, but maybe 4 hours. Give it a good 4 hours. And then I've got some pretty big days planned the next couple days, getting some more streaming set up. Done. I'd like to finish this Dryad so I can make a video on it. I'd like to make some videos on other characters too, but maybe just hold off on that for now. Because I want to do Risk of Rain. I definitely want to do a video of Risk of Rain too. So we'll need to get some content for that. Yeah, might be Dark Souls coming up soon. And then we can just sprinkle in Sacred 2 here and there when we get bored, when we need like a little mix up. Might try to beat it with different classes. Those will be much easier though, because I don't think I'll do another hardcore mode unless like people really demand it or something. It's just exhausting.
This has to be a very special item.
Final mix is the norm now.
I mean it's good.
What do you mean by that? That's the one we played, right? That came with all the games?
One less.
So I thought these were guys scaling was slowing down, but they're level 95 now. They're still 12 levels higher. Added a lot of stuff. How many more times do you think the collection will come out before Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out?
There he goes.
Persona 5 Royal, you never did the extra content. What? Really? I thought you were on like a big Persona 5 kick for a while. Did you just restart and not finish the game? Gotta relive a whole life. So are you saying you're a fake fan? One interaction away from getting there? Oh, that's annoying. So, like the whole... Like, I'd like to play it without a guide, but if you're telling me that I need to do everything perfectly to get extra content, that's so annoying. He loves Makoto. I don't even know who Makoto is. Rip. Did you do the extra content, Nox? I am really looking forward to Fantasio, whatever their game's called. Memoriam Fantasio or whatever. Just talk to them all the time in your set. Well, how did you not get there? You said you were one interaction away. Didn't talk to your therapist. Classic. Classic male. Really, I can quit whenever I want. Metaphor, yeah. Metaphor. Same thing. I know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm just making sure you knew.
wins already.
What's the release date for that game? Yeah, I feel like those types of games are definitely good for Twitch. Bro was not booking times. Screw it, I'm going to the casino, which makes sense.
Shot of the village, you'll have to practice a bit more. I'll beat your skull and make it so scared. That's the purpose of the exercise.
What makes a game good for Twitch? What makes a game good for YouTube? I mean, for me personally, I think Twitch is like more, I feel, community based. Like, hey guys, let's play this game together. Let's enjoy this experience together. Whereas YouTube for me is more like, what would be a good game that I want recorded to be up there for people to find later. So SMT Vengeance, for example, playing it yesterday was fun, but I enjoyed it more by myself, and it seems like a more Twitch game. Like, oh, let's go play this RPG together and let's experience it together. Right, chat? How fun would that be? Whereas YouTube games for me are like, people stop by when they can, but honestly, it's less about the interaction. They're like, I just want to see this gameplay that I haven't seen in forever, and maybe I'll go back and watch it later, or maybe I'll go back and just like fall asleep to it. Not necessarily like interaction with the streamer.
So much fun.
That's my personal feelings anyways. Really hard or really boring? If it's really hard, your viewers can laugh at you, and if it's boring, you can talk to chat more. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Did you see the Expedition 33 trailer? Yeah, Key was the one that told me about that one. He's been super excited about it, but I am too. It looks so cool. I'll definitely be playing that. That's the direction they should go with Final Fantasy series. We'll see. I mean, Final Fantasy hasn't really done a turn-based game in forever. Since what, 13? Ever since 13, they've been getting further and further away from turn-based. But we'll see. We'll see what they do with, because they're remaking 9. So I wonder if that's going to be turn-based. If it is, then maybe they leave all their turn-based stuff with the old games. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do. FF2 is the perfect game to stream. Well, it was. I enjoyed it, streaming it, but not playing it. How you doing today, Graham? You feel like they're not going to remake 9? I thought they said they were. I thought they had already said they were, which I thought was weird because they're doing the anime, right? For 9?
That's how this game works.
Yeah, and I feel like games that are fun to stream to YouTube are also like a challenge. So like if I'm able to do like just playing a game is fun on Twitch. But on YouTube, I kind of need a challenge. Like this is fun because I'm like challenging myself. I'm playing a hardcore playthrough. So people watch because they're like, I want to see if he dies. So whether I succeed or whether I die, like there's a story there. So if we die, people like, you know, I can put it all together and people be like, damn, I want to see how he died or how did he lose his 40-hour run. But if you win, then it's like, there's all that too, so. Yay, level 96 bow. Let's go. And Belt of Twines, which we might keep that. We might actually need that one. All right, so this we can put rings. It's just not better, but we're getting close. We'll just keep it down there for good looks. This is hardcore. Please remake 9. Yeah, this is hardcore. No death run. You die in the game. You die in real life. I wanted to watch you play SMT5, but yeah, no, that's fine. I knew a lot of people weren't going to want to watch it for that same reason, but I just needed to take a break from this game for a day, for my arm and back. But I'm definitely going to be playing SMT5 off stream. I don't know what game this is. You've known. Same game I've played my whole life. In a long time, I really want to play. It's definitely worth it. If you, so I played SMT5 and I already enjoyed that, but Vengeance, it's just made it a better game. Everything about it is just better. The graphics especially look way better. That's the same thing. Same issue I had with Persona is the sim part, the relationship building, and I didn't like it. I thought it was cool, actually. Like when you're at the school and you got to do like all these different things. I actually didn't mind it, but the fact that there was so much of it, I didn't like it. The daily life is the best part? No. No. I thought it was a cool idea. If it were like 1 or 2 quests of it, but it's just like the whole, that's like majority of the game.
The purpose of the exercise.
Get orange juice inside a train station. That's exactly the reason I don't wanna play it. For that exact reason. SMT is just the fighting. It's like you get your intro cutscenes, good little 30-40 minutes in, and then after that it's just fight. You just battle, run around, explore the world, fight some more. Go to Japan for a few weeks, get post-Japan depression, and then play P5. Is that who that game is actually for? People that have been to Japan? And no one else? think I can attest to that.
So bad,
Is that how you felt playing the game? Reminded you of being there? That's just Shibuya. Did you play Digimon Cyber Sleuth by any chance? Because there's the same stuff in that, Nico. It's got like
foot and mouth disease?
Shibuya in some of those places. Hell yeah. Wait, to Digimon? Nakano Broadway because of it. I feel like that game kind of made me want to go to Japan.
You really won't get far.
Kingdom Hearts 4 Shibuya. I want to see if I can walk to my house in Kingdom Hearts 4. Good times. Cyber Sleuth, I thought that was a pretty fun game. I feel like I'm the only person that's ever played it. I was actually always more of a fan of Digimon than I was Pokemon. But Pokemon just had more staying power, I guess. I really wanted to... Nico, did you play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? I actually really liked it, but again, it's like Bandai Namco's Summer Showcase. Are there any games that are supposed to be announced, do you think? That are being rumored to be announced? So good at making Akihabara. Could navigate based on what I recalled from the game. That's pretty cool. I guess that's like Grand Theft Auto. Liberty City and San Andreas. I played the game before I'd been to New York or been to California, and it was so cool being like, oh, this looks like Grand Theft Auto. Same. Praying new news for a new Digimon game. That would be dope. That'd be sick. Digimon over Pokemon for me, and I love Cyber Sleuth. What are some other good... Did you play Digimon... was it Digimon Story 3? The one with the little cart that goes into the caverns? Slowest game of all time, but God, it was so fun. You like the ending a lot and then never touched it again? What, Cyber Sleuth? Oh, Scarlet and Violet. Okay. Almost was. Been a huge step up. Can we make the rest of the game cool too, please? Yeah, I feel like in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, they did I've felt this about the last two Pokemon games. So Scarlet, Violet, and no, Sword, Shield, Pokemon Arceus, and Scarlet, Violet. So the last three games I've felt have been like, hey, exciting, look, this is the stuff we could be doing in the future. I feel like the last three games have been that. Like, we're almost, look, we've got a lot of cool things in our game. You know, just testing it out before we put out an actual good game. There's so many things that are like, you're almost there. Almost there. You almost nailed it. News for the new game will come later, and that's the perfect opportunity for Cyber Sleuth or story game. That would be sick. That's a game that has been off my radar for so long that I would be pleasantly surprised for them to have a Digimon game. I gotta get my Vmon fix. Who's y'all's favorite Digimon? I feel like Vmon had the best evolutions. I liked Flamedramon and Raydramon.
Come here, worm eater.
Is that the ones he had? And obviously like Imperial
You can stop grunting. Blast it.
Imperial Dramon? Imperial Vmon? I don't remember. The names always screw me up in Digimon. Dorumon? Which one was that? Alpha? Sword Shield. At least Arceus was fun though, even if the story was what the fuck till the end. No, Sword and Shield was the original like you can't play Sword and Shield now. But I played it again, Sword and Shield and Breath of the Wild were the first games I played after 10 years off. And playing Pokemon on the Game Boy and then jumping to Sword and Shield, I was like, this is so crazy. Games are so good now. But then I played Breath of the Wild. I played it for like 2 hours. Then I played Breath of the Wild and I was like, oh, okay. Nope, can't go back and play Sword and Shield anymore. Skip a generation because I now run into Pokemon I have no idea about. Yeah, try 3. Try 3 generations.
Also is but another.
Machine Dramon and Cyber Sleuth. It was Lilithmon for that piercing dark attack. Oh my god, that thing carried me so hard. Who do I have in... I actually don't even remember the characters I had in Cyber Sleuth. I think I was playing it on the Switch. I should go check.
Another one has passed away.
I remember I was working towards a specific Digimon though, because I was like grinding out levels and checking like the evolution path. Since Diamond, I just was done. I'm still done to this day. I like Pokemon because I want it to be so good. You know what? My best memories of Pokemon are, it reminds me of what portable gaming is. Cozy portable gaming, I think of Pokemon. So the reason I think it was cool is like it's the perfect type of game to play on the go. So obviously I grew up with like Super Nintendo and Game Boy and all that. But having an RPG on the Game Boy that I could sink 100 hours into or more and be in the car with my mom or headed to, you know, at the family reunion, just not interacting with humans and sitting inside and playing a video game in my bunk bed was like the coolest feeling ever. So I think I attach a lot of that to Pokemon. So now I'm like, oh, just give me that feeling again. I've got a Steam Deck or, you know, we've got the Switch. Just do more cool shit and make it like a really fun portable game to play. But at the moment it feels like I don't know. They all just feel the same. They just aesthetically change slightly. But you always, like it always has the exact same formula. Get introduced to the 3 Pokemon, you pick one, fire, grass, or water, and then you meet the professor, and then you meet your rival, and then you battle the gym leaders, and it's just the exact same thing. It just, the Pokemon look slightly different, and the characters' names are different. Gym leaders' names are different. That's it. Everything else is the same. But the newer games are a technical mess. Sword Shield is the worst. Is worse than Sun Moon. Is worse than XY, which is worse than Black and White. Going to guess. Ultra Force Vdramon. Maybe that's what I was working towards. Definitely the Vmons. He had to be one of them. Diamond, Pearl, Platinum is overrated with exception to competitive play. Steam Deck has been the best thing I've ever purchased. Being able to take an RPG with me anywhere is cool. I think the Steam Deck is such an underrated console. Can share links now because I have a picture that captures the essence of playing Cyber Sleuth on hard mode without having a Ultra. Is it All Force Vdramon? No, I didn't fix the link thing. I forgot, Nox.
That was only the beginning.
I need to do that. I thought I fixed it, but I think I must have clicked the wrong thing because Jonathan couldn't post the link yesterday. Keep forgetting. So much potential, but all they do is produce cards or rehash some Adventure 1 shit. Yeah, and they always like they suffer from different issues, Pokemon and Digimon. Digimon always tries to do something over the top and new. So like Digimon 1, it's, you know, so a Digimon game you might be playing and it's like a Telltale game, and then the next Digimon game is a Pokemon style RPG, and then the next one is like, oh no, you just raise Digimon, like Monster Hunter. They just like their gameplay and everything changes so drastically between the games. Coliseum animations are better than, what is SV? Pokemon Coliseum is for you then? I've played Pokemon Stadium, and it's a GameCube game. I think I played Pokemon Stadium. I didn't play Coliseum. I need some exploring though. You can post it in Discord if you want to, not. And then I'll try to remember to do the link thing. Scarlet Violet. Oh. Oops. I don't know where my brain went for a second. Alright, let's go here. I'm going to get my coffee. And we'll try to do a few more levels. Oh, don't have Discord? Alright, well I really need to get on to that link thing, don't I? Rob, you still here? If Rob's still here, I'll fix that, Nox. Stadium is a PvP type of game. Coliseum is a story-based game. Tamer games? I do like Tamer games. I haven't played Ni no Kuni though. I think Cabra was telling me to play that. It's fun. I am here. So what did I need to go to allow links again in chat? I tried to look for it and I forgot. It was go to YouTube Studio settings. Let's get more mobs in here. Oh, true. Yeah, yeah. If y'all don't mind hitting the like button, that helps. I need a bot that does that. Actually, I think I have one set up. Maybe. What up, Jack? How you doing? Welcome in. YouTube Studio, then settings, then community. Wait. I feel like I did that. All right, so see if that works. See if links work now. Knox. Better now you've caught the stream. It's good to have you in. I'm not sure how long I'm streaming today, just because, as I've said multiple times, I've got to get a new. This streaming setup is not very comfortable, so doing long hours in this chair is terrible. And my mouse is, I need a better mouse, and a better track, like a mouse pad or something. Still not there. Oh well. I feel like even though the monsters, I feel like we're outscaling they're leveling now. Like as we level, I feel like we're getting quite a bit stronger in comparison to how much stronger they're getting. Back? Oh, Nox, I think I fixed the link thing. You can try to post the link if you want, see if it works. Be right back. I'll get around. I don't actually think I beat Cyber Sleuth. Or no, there was a part 2, wasn't there? So I feel like I beat the first part and then not part 2. I don't remember where I was, but I just like stopped playing it one day. It was like grinding hardcore and then I just stopped. Lightning is the most overrated protagonist in the 13 franchise. Is that because of Lightning Returns? Or you generally think even in Final Fantasy 13 she wasn't good? Did I enjoy what I've played of SMT? Oh, 100%. I'm gonna I'm gonna no life that game for the next couple days probably. It's very good. It's very, very good. I'm fairly certain I clicked save. I'll check again. Yeah, it's unchecked. Yeah, it's unchecked. I don't know why it's not. All of them, especially Lightning Returns. I feel like Lightning Returns ruined a lot of characters. 13 too. Yeah, she's pretty forgettable. I thought she was good in 13. I don't know. I liked everyone in 13 for the most part. Not during the game, but once it finished, I was like, wait, that was pretty dope. You maxed all your monsters and unlocked all of them? I need to go back and play that. Arena fights were insane. Maybe Streamlabs or Stream Elements blocking links. I'll check. I'll check. I doubt it, but might be. Oh, actually, no. You might be right. It might be Streamlabs. Lightning Returns ruined everything good about 13. Well, that and about Final Fantasy in general. It might be the worst Final Fantasy game. Yeah, I feel like Final Fantasy protagonists are supposed to be cool. I don't think they necessarily do need a whole arc or whatever. Because, Squall? What do you think? I really feel like Lightning was just the female version of Squall. I thought they were both very similar characters. And it's like, that's why I like Squall. He's one of my favorites. I like Lightning. I think they're both dope. Uncool after 13. You would rather play Mystic Quest? Same. Lightning Returns was actually so bad. So trash. I'm glad we beat it on like the first cycle, I guess. Squall has more character development. Did you feel that at the time? With the translation, did you feel that at the time? Or do you like him now that you've gone back and read the Japanese lore and all that stuff? So I feel like they're both, the delivery was exactly the same for Squall and Lightning. What up, Arcana? Post-game on hard of Cyber Sleuth was so the Royal Knights could attack 6 times in a row. 6 times in a row? No thanks. I'll stick to Sacred 2 on hardcore mode, please. You know what? That might be a game that we need to dive back into. Cyber Sleuth. That could be a fun one on stream. Just because it's an older game and it's one that I've wanted to
You shall not block my way.
finish up. I could do a video on it. That could be fun. You know what? I'll probably do that. Fang. Total mood swings that don't make sense. Fang goes from super hopeful to everything is ruined. I will die for Rhinoa. I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering. I feel like what I got from Lightning was the same feeling I initially got from Cloud, the same feeling I got from Squall, Noctis. Like they were all the same. Digimon Cyber Sleuth, yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about it. Rhinoa? What do you say? Rinoa? The turn order from Cyber Sleuth, and it shows your opponent Digimon in red. Going 26 turns in a row. Oh, that's wild. Having one turn and it's captioned panic. That's pretty funny. True Cyber Sleuth on hard experiences. So did you beat it? You beat all of those like extra boss battles and stuff? Lightning and Cloud are on two very different levels. Yeah, now, because Cloud's got the remake treatment.
Wrong time. I guess you were. Wrong time.
Lightning is cool, and that's the extent of her character. Cloud has so many more layers, and his coolness was from being edgy to being pretty normal goofball. Cloud's not even himself, man. Either a hidden or not hidden speed stat and a determined turn orders. On hard, that stat would be so ridiculously stacked against you. OG Cloud, not even remake Cloud? No, that was just because the game was more goofy, not necessarily Cloud.
That wasn't so bad after all.
Yeah, I feel like Lightning and Cloud are very similar. Lightning, Cloud, Squall. Honestly, Titus is the one that's like way different to me. He's got quite a bit of personality. None of them are Jack. None of them can live up to, you know, what Jack brought to the table, but guaranteed your party would at least always go first no matter what. He was a must for every party. Could you wipe out like would you just wipe out maybe one or two of the enemies, or would you try to finish off the entire cast in one turn? Cloud doesn't even go here. You did beat it all? So was it Cyber Sleuth and then Cyber Sleuth 2 just starts off like directly from it? Like you can't even tell it's two different games? Is that what happened? Because I'm pretty sure I beat Cyber Sleuth 1. And then it just like I started going into 2, and then I played it for a while, and then I just put it down. Never finished. Enemy would have like 10 turns after you. Jack is stupid. Bro listens to Spotify and skips all the cutscenes. He's so relatable. Jack is stupid.
I'm very happy with you.
Literally OP. He's a god in the Final Fantasy universe, okay? You shut your mouth. buff and debuff as much as you could? Okay. So you couldn't like wipe. So you had to do like the whole battle. You couldn't just like wipe the other team first. I just didn't know if there was a way to like cheese it. Because of burnout. Yeah, I think that's what happened. It starts because it's like the same game again. But I was really enjoying it. And I was like to the point where I had are they nanomons or whatever? The ones that help you like level faster and get more experience. So I was getting like max experience every battle. And I was like leveling my Digimon, really enjoying that. And then I was just like, I don't think I want to play anymore. I think I'm done. And he has YouTube Premium because he skips ads. Yeah, more personality than any other Final Fantasy character. Probably wipe on that first turn, but on bosses and special fights like Arena, no way in hell. Metal Numamons, yeah. And was it you fight the Metal Numamons or you have them in your party? I couldn't remember how that worked. It's been a while. But I guess for me, it felt like, see, I didn't know about all those extra fights, but it felt like I'd beat the game because I'm like, okay, I have my setup to where I can get whatever Digimon I want. Now I've just got to invest the time. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to invest the time on it. That could be a fun stream experience though. How is he charging his phone? Wireless charging. It was wireless charging, 100%. Believe it was in the party. You could have two and max stuff.
Let's see if your slug is also green.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. You've actually got me intrigued to go back and play the game, and that could be a fun video to do. Cyber Sleuth. I haven't seen many videos out about it. I like doing videos on like lesser known games. Because when you do like a mainstream popular game, everyone's just like, you have to have the exact opinion that everyone else has. And it's the most casual opinions ever. Special fights to unlock special Giga Digimon, like the All-Star Cast Gigas. Yeah, I like doing games like that. That's like a fun memory lane trip. Unlocks the nostalgia. I like doing it and then making a video on it, and then I feel like, oh, I've completed that part of my life, and I can go back and watch this video and enjoy it. Like Baldur's Gate and Champions of Norath definitely feel like, okay, those are done. I'm done with that game. I can go back and play it, but I don't feel like the need to. Sell out. Yo, what up, K-Wolf? How you doing? 13's best character is Hope. I fucking hated Hope. Until again until the end of the game. Oh, what was it Sarah? I thought she was trash. I thought Hope was trash. I thought who was the big buff dude? Thought he was trash. I didn't like most of the cast until the end of the game. Didn't get a screenshot 8 years ago. 242 of 245 Digimon. Jesus. Yeah, you were grinding. How is everyone? I'm doing good, K-Wolf. How are you? No one ever answers you, though. Remember this. You finally started Sacred 2 again? That's awesome. What character did you go with? This game, every time I come back to it, it does take time to get used to because just the controls and everything are wonky. But then once you get used to it, it's feels like home. Because he did anything special in particular, or because he actually shut up, or was him not talking shit at a specific moment? Sick English. I liked Hope because, jeez, this is pun not intended. He was so hopeless the whole run. Like all the characters in the game were so very bland and one-dimensional. And I felt like at the end of the game was like the big moment that they all grew up, if that made sense. Everything made sense. They all grew up. All of their little individual bullshit stories and all that stuff kind of, it like didn't matter. It was like, oh. The best character was Saz. To be honest. And the little baby Chocobo. In-game Digimon are locked behind fighting them. See, I didn't know that. That would be cool. I am kind of a completionist when it comes to games like that. That would be kind of fun. Inquisitor. I don't even know what a late game Inquisitor looks like. That could be fun. If you're not playing, honestly, that's one of the reasons I don't recommend playing hardcore mode. It's fun, like trying out the different classes and builds, and seeing how viable you can make them. And once they start to fall off or you can't progress, then it's like, oh, it'd be really fun to start a new character. I kind of like that about this game. Inquisitor Martyr? No. An Inquisitor character in Sacred 2. Vanille. I was saying Sarah. Yes, Vanille. I hated Vanille. My bad. Sarah is not until 13 too. Don't you sazz me, woman. What's your favorite part of 13? The credits. I mean, it is definitely one of those games. I say it all the time. Like 13 feels like a chore. That it's almost like a really long, drawn out Dark Souls arc of like once you beat it, you feel accomplished. I definitely felt that way with 13, but I completely understand not enjoying it while you're playing. So 13 for me, yeah, the credits was the best part. Loki ruined his character after 13. Stop talking about after 13. No one talks. 13 is canon. All the other games are bullshit. Stagnate his character, quite literally. True. It's a class? Yeah. He's playing Sacred 2. Doing 11 bolt clustering maelstrom. Actually, I really think I did that character at one point. I think that's the most popular Inquisitor build, right? 13 isn't even fun. That's the best part. 13-2 is good though. The combat in 13-2 is really good. I just didn't like the characters at all. Like the story and the characters I didn't like in 13-2, but the music and the combat were really, really good. I did like the bad guy, Caius Ballad. He's dope. So I have to talk about after 13. Martyr looks sick. Yeah, it does look really good. And I trust Nox. I trust Nox's gaming opinions. FF4 battle system is more fun than 13. 13's battle system is a cool idea, but it really, really sucks to play. But it is better than Lightning Returns battle system.
I expected more from you.
Heck yeah, Final Fantasy IV. Right on cue. But I don't think it was a compliment to Final Fantasy IV Cable. He said one of the worst combat systems in all of Final Fantasy was slightly worse than Final Fantasy IV. Keep an eye on when you do get to Martyr. Maybe we can even play it together. Oh, so it has multiplayer? You know what? It would be fun to play a game with like some of the community. That's why I want Path of Exile 2. Start building I want a game to start building a community around. Obviously, we're building with Sacred 2. There's been quite a few people that also enjoy it, but we need a newer game too. Somehow more linear than the exploring itself. It actually is though. I haven't done any of it yet. Just played it for the campaign. Okay. Yeah, that could be a cool little adventure. Auto battle FIFA Sports Manager. Yeah, it's the most hands-on auto battle I've ever felt. Like you still have to be present and active, but you just have no control over what happens, and feels like you've been waiting forever for it. Luckily, I've not been waiting forever. So I feel like I gained interest right at the right time. Sacred 2 party with the community. Well, I think if I could get a server up, because I think you have to do that, right? Make a server. I feel like if we could get a server going, that could be the dopest shit. That's actually a really good idea. Does anyone know how to do that? That could be my next project. Opinion. You agree with Arcana? Auto worked correctly in 13. It had good auto battle. Titan quest over the past week, and I'm even closer to the end. It's cool what you're fighting now. What are you fighting now? We did beat Titan quest, so I don't think you'll spoil anyone. I don't really remember the end. I just remember it was kind of abrupt because I think it was one of those nights where I was like, "Hey guys, we're gonna stream for like 7 hours," and I was like 2 hours in, and then it just ended, and I was like, "Oh, that was the boss." FF4 and get into a battle, and all I do is stare at the screen for 5 seconds before anyone can actually make a move, because it's so damn slow. That's kind of what I was talking to Key about earlier with turn-based games and having like fast forward or like quicker pace is a must for me now. Grab snacks and everything. Yeah, I feel like that's got to be my. I don't know why I didn't think about that before, but I should definitely get a server up, so we could play Sacred 2 with the community. Do some co-op. That'd be so cool. Terracotta Warriors of China. Oh, yeah. Yeah, go and there's like the Great Wall. Kind of. Like a representation of the Great Wall anyways.
That's the purpose of the exercise.
Yeah, I thought Titan Quest, that was one of my favorite parts about it. I did put that in the video of how it's just like, I understand why they couldn't do randomly generated maps, because they did have like actual historical kind of locations. I thought that was a really cool touch. Because when you start it, you think the whole thing is just going to be the Greek island that you're on. I think I read one a few days ago. I can link it in your Discord. Yeah, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Tigerman, dinosaurs. Yeah. Yep, super cool. Alright, let's go north. That time will be level 85 and we can see what gear there is. I'm really hoping Titan Quest 2 is good. They better not fuck it up.
You're staining my clothes.
I want it to be this style of game for sure. Like, I don't want it to be...
This has to be a very special item.
I still want it to be like top down.
Look to the head.
Point and click would be ideal, but I doubt it. Well, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what they do. Please don't fuck it up. Warp point, that's the second from last one. And unless there's even still another country or region after China, then I'm guessing I'm the end. I can't remember. But I do feel like, Nox, the end just sprung up on me. I don't know what it is. Titan Quest could be a fun one as well. Although, I don't enjoy the combat as much. Well, let me see how difficult it is to set up, but I'll figure out something, Jonathan. Definitely a game for us to play. And maybe we do it like once a week or something. Everyone gets together and we play.
You see, that wasn't so bad after all. At least you
Guess I'll see.
class for it.
Yeah, let me know when you get to the end. I do need to I was gonna go into New Game Plus, but my build, the character that I made, it's like an Ice Shards Nature Weaver. Started to like, I already had my strongest attack like maxed out, and I was like, oh, so I guess this is what the rest of the whole playthrough is going to look like for me. So instead of doing New Game Plus, I was like, I'd rather just make a new character. One that like has a little bit of growth, I guess, or changes slightly throughout the playthrough. I don't want it to just be stacked like the same, exact same attack all the way through. Definitely would be cool. Be right back. All good, Knox. I'm there for sure. Yeah, I think that could be super fun. Should probably do that before 2 releases. Honestly, it's probably going to be a while still for 2, isn't it? Need to see if they've done a release date or anything. Halberd of the Rocks. 21 damage. Tomahawk of the Wendigo. Alright, we've been going for 2 hours, so I think what I'll do, let's maybe still not maxed. Damn. Alright, let's do either half a level or 1 more level. We'll just see how long it's taking. I haven't seen anything else on it, so I would assume it releases next year. THQ usually has a showcase towards the end of the year. See something there. Yeah, I feel like games nowadays, like when they do have a release date, like they're so quick to announce them now. Like I feel like people games don't really just come out of the blue very often. So I definitely feel like they're going to announce a release date, and it's going to be like nearly a year away when they announce it. Max is usually 100. Max level? Or you mean for my skill points? When I'm saying max, I mean mastered. So if you put 75 hard points into a skill, it's mastered. And when you master it, it gains more, like it gets a little boost in how effective it is. So for example, Nature Weaver Focus, it reduces our regeneration penalty of a lot of our ancient bark and stuff like that. So if we get it to 75, it'll like greatly reduce, which means instead of like a slight boost, we get a pretty big boost. So if it's maybe Constitution is the skill, instead of getting like 100 extra HP, you get like 150. Like whatever, once you master it, you just get like more of a boost from it. So it makes it more effective. So I'm trying to get my skills, my important ones, to 75. But when I get to level 100, so there's a couple skills we want to keep at our level, which is pretty much like tactics, bargaining. I guess just those two. Yeah, and everything else can just be slightly below. So once we get 4 skills mastered, I'll probably go back to just making sure tactics and bargaining every level, and then catching up other skills slowly. So like armor, combat reflexes, range, all that. But I don't remember hardly anything anymore. Oh, it's so confusing, and there's so much depth in it that, yeah, all it takes is not playing it for a couple months, and every time I start a new character or get ready to play again, I have to go back and relook at skills and remember where I was and come up with like a plan of attack again. You definitely can't just like pick it up and play and turn your brain off. Yeah, this game is very. I think that's what I was saying, or was what I was trying to explain the other day when I was saying it's just this game is just not accessible to new players. So imagine, it's so difficult for us to get back into, and myself is like, I know there's a lot to get into, but to me it's worth it because I know I'll put a lot of hours into it. For a new player, it's just like, why would I invest all this time into a game? What's the point? Are we actually getting Fortnite games in? Sure, at some point. Oh, you mean like today? Not today. But I'd be down. You weren't sure if you played it as a kid, this game? Yeah, I do wonder what the market is for like this style of game. I feel like the gaming industry, I feel like, is in a really good place at the moment because we just went through like a really, really shitty period of gacha game, loot box, day one DLC, just a lot of really shitty like subscription based, like just all the ways that they tried to scam us, and then finally people stopped buying those games and stopped spending that money and paying attention to it, and now indie games are becoming extremely popular. Small companies, smaller development studios, all those are actually becoming really, really popular, and people are buying those games because they're $5, $10 games, and I'm excited for that because I think it's going to pull us away from all the formulaic AAA titles. So I think we will get more you know, games like this, more like just games that aren't as
I hate sand.
formulaic. If you remember riding a lizard for 100 hours, it might be Sacred 2. Rented it from Blockbuster expecting something like Return to Arms. We really weren't impressed with Sacred 2. Yeah, I think that's exactly what I did. Diablo 4, Path of Exile 2, Baldur's Gate 3 are pretty popular. Yeah, I definitely think more people are going to try the Baldur's Gate approach.
Expected more from you.
But honestly, I'm just really pumped to see what Path of Exile 2 does.
At least you could stop grunting. Blast it.
Make a good finished game. Yeah, actually though, but like, make it your own. Just make it good. You don't have to make the same game as everyone else, and it can sell really well if you just get it right.
And that. And that.
So much to learn. PoE 2, I'm going to try to keep up with it and play when the new content releases. Yeah, I think Path of Exile 2 didn't really get popular. I mean, there's always been a lot of people playing it, but it didn't really get popular until, you know, it had already been out for a few years. So by that time, yeah, way too hard to learn everything. But I think on release, I think it's going to be fairly accessible to new players. And I think it's going to slowly add things over time and get more and more complex. So I do expect for the first,
without a curative watering place.
I do expect it to be a game that like really, like the time invested really pays off.
Gravestone. Which one of you is the little gingerbread man? Who is about to stop his ride so late through the windy night? You have most people would rather die than visit you. They do so.
And then add them 3 months later. Wait, what game are you talking about, Nico? You know, I kind of want to go see if we can beat the last couple bosses. I mean, look, the final boss, we could beat it if we are able to bug it. You know what? I'm feeling feisty. So we've got 2 bosses to fight. Well, the final boss is 4, but there's the Inquisitor guy or whatever. He's actually pretty tough. So it really just depends how much damage we can do to him. Yeah, feel like we do it. At least launch with them. Gonna need more stash tabs. Nah, there's no way. They're gonna have stash tabs. Diablo 4, that's what I was saying with, like, to me that's the same as day one DLC. Don't try to make us pay for stupid shit that should just be already in your game. Tekken, Crash, pretty sure Diablo did something similar. Well, Diablo started with the microtransactions the whole way, like from the beginning. Diablo is just bad business. Who even is the final boss? You know, the Guardians, the 4 Guardians. You have to buy stash tabs? Wait, in the original PoE or in the new one you're saying? But Diablo, you only had 1 or something? You had very few? I don't mind buying stash tabs. I don't mind paying for anything extra, but it should be extra. Like, I should be able to fully enjoy the game and play it comfortably without having to buy anything else. And I feel like Diablo 4, like, your inventory fills up so quick, and mainly because, like, even little crafting items fill up a slot in your inventory for no reason. So it's like you need the stash tabs. It's almost like they knew what they were doing, and they're like, oh, we'll make people pay extra by giving them less. It's like, no, give me a good amount, and if I want more, I'll buy more. All right, we're gonna do it. I don't know. I mean, we could have just wasted a lot of our time just now. We might just die, but fuck it. Oh yeah, it's free to play. But I guess that's a difference too. Like, the game is free to play. Is PoE 2 free to play? It is, isn't it? PoE 2 is also free to play. Don't mind paying for content. Yeah, I think that, you know, that's what I was trying to say the other day, when it's like, when Soul Hackers had the day one DLC. Like, paying for extra content is fine, but paying for content that, like, you taking content out and then making me pay extra for that, really you just increased the price. Really, you just made your game more expensive. It's not extra content. You've never seen the final boss? I think you have, Nico. I'm pretty sure you have. You probably just didn't recognize it was the final boss. The pay-to-play early shit too, especially games that have multiplayer. What do you mean? Like what stuff specifically? Like season passes and stuff?
This has to be a very special item.
Yeah, again, I just think, look, overall, I think there should be an industry standard for when it comes to video games. I feel like all games across the industry should cost a specific amount of money for the play time that you're expected to get out of the complete game. That doesn't mean like each person individually is supposed to get that much, but if you make a game with 100 hours of content, or let's just say like industry standard should be what is it now, $70 a game? I feel like for $70 you should probably get what, $2 an hour? Is that right? A game should last about 30 hours. 30 to 35 hours. Anything over that, I think, is a great job by the video game company. Anything under that, for the most part, I think is absurd. If you can't hold someone's attention for 40 hours on average, I don't think the game should be worth $70. Now, again, I know it's subjective, so you know, who am I to say that? But in general, someone who's a fan of your game, they can get 40 hours out of it. Pretty good job. But the part that I don't like is companies being like, but yeah, we want to charge $200 for this 40 hours. Instead of like, hold on, if we want more money, we should also give more hours. And I think at some point, like for some of those companies, that idea got lost of like, you're also supposed to offer more hours, not just like skins, right? Like if you charge like a couple bucks for a skin that's not pay to win, so that does actually increase the playtime for some people, because it's like, okay, I'm not looking at the same thing over and over. I can play this for another 10 hours with a cooler skin. So I think skins do offer that value, but like Diablo 4 made a skin like $70, like $30 or something, right? $40. And I'm like, you're not giving people another 40 hours worth of playtime off of that skin. So I feel like what the companies, that's why that industry standard is so important, because like we're all, the players and the company are kind of entering into this agreement of like, look, you're going to get around on average this much time for this much money. But when they start offering you products where you're not actually going to get that time back, it's when it starts getting really out of hand, because they're not putting in that much time and you're not going to get that much time out of it. So really they're just like overcharging for petty shit. And then one company does it, so they're like, oh, that's how this company made money, like we can do that, but we can do it like times 10. And that's just not how the economy works. Like, you can't continue to charge people more and more and more and expect people to pay more and more and more. At some point, it's going to crash. Pay X amount more, and you get games 24 hours early to play. I don't mind. I don't mind companies doing that, saying you get to play it earlier. But I do have a problem when they do it and they're like, now there's going to be a race, and the first 100 people, because Diablo 4 did this, the first people to level 100 or whatever it was get their name on the statue. That's shitty that people can pay extra to get a head start. But if there's no real head start, like, I don't mind companies saying if you want it early, pay more. Like, I think that's fine. I think it's annoying. And I don't think that's the way you should be thinking about how you're going to make money, because then you kind of lost the whole point. But I mean, I don't really have an issue with that in particular, because I did that for Diablo, but now I'm probably not going to do that for another game again, because I'm like, that was the dumbest thing, the way that I just don't like when companies are doing that now. 100% needs to be something for early access games on platforms. Like, there's no reason a game should sit in EA for 5+ years. 7 days is a good example. I do think early access has been awesome for a lot of these, especially indie games and smaller development studios. I love early access. I love the idea of it, because it's pretty much what do you call it? It's pretty much like a fundraising for their game. I think it's really cool. Pricing needs to be regulated for sure. Overcharging on stuff is crazy on some games. Yeah, and it's more so not even about, like, I don't think companies should be able to charge a certain amount for a game. Like, that's fine. You're a company, you can charge whatever you want for a product, but it's the deceitfulness. They're allowed to just, like, deceive people with, like, Diablo 2 was a game where you can get thousands of hours. So here's Diablo 4. We're going to charge $100, and we're also going to charge this much for skin. They upfront, like, just try to get as much money out of people as possible, under the guise that they were going to put as much time and effort and care into Diablo 4 that they did with Diablo 2, but they didn't. So the penalty should be, like, them making less money, I suppose, or people not buying their product. That could be pretty good. 2. I don't know what's better, though. 17% dexterity. We'll just hold on to it, I guess. It's got a gold and silver. Actually, let's see.
Thank you.
But it's Dethea's. And Dethea's gives us... Oh, nothing now. Alright, let's... see if this goes up. Barely. Oh. Attack value goes down. Defense goes up. Okay, we want to keep our attack value, actually. We'll save that. Here. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. A conspiracy. Yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to go fight this boss was I was just getting bored of farming in the same area, so. By heading towards the boss, gives us some more enemies to kill and leveling along the way. Only frustrate or only thing to worry about is it's just a bit more dangerous. How does item rarity work? How do you mean? You've got a double of a green. Is that a set? So it just depends. So green is set items, yes. If you have two of the same item, though, you can't really utilize it. But like Dethea's, we have two of Dethea's. I think you need 3 to be a set. You can go have a look on this on your inventory though, and it will show you the bonuses. It'll show you the bonuses that you receive. So we need the chest plate of time, and that would be a full set with helmet of time and shoulders of time. I think since you need 3, we're not getting any set bonuses at all.
You did well, my friend.
All about that for sure. If you're going to sit in EA that long, at least put out a roadmap or something so it's justifiable for the consumer. Yeah, I think what's happened, you know, we talked about this just with like somebody has an idea for a game and they're probably really passionate about video games and making a really good product, but they have to sell it to the idea to the company and the shareholders. So then the shareholders try to explain that idea to the investors and the CEO and the people at the company that are like putting out putting up the money, but then also how the company is going to make money. And I just think those things don't work well together, especially in the gaming industry for now. And what I mean by that is like, so that person that was really passionate about a game and has an idea, once that goes above them and to the board for like, here's the game we want to put out, here's blah, blah, blah. There's a whole board of directors that are now like, well, this is how much money we need to make back from this game. So here's your deadline. We actually don't care if it's a good product or not. We just need to see the money. So now, once you get all that stuff laid out, the developers that want to make this game, not only do they have to worry about making the game they want to make, they have to also somehow cram in all these other things that the shareholders and investors want out of it too. And the last thing they care about is the actual product in most instances. So yeah, I just feel like massive AAA studios have just, they see like Fortnite, how some companies can make a lot of money, and they're like, let's emulate that and do it the same way because we want to make a lot of money. Whereas the whole way that Fortnite became a good game was people just made a game and they accidentally stumbled upon like the battle royale formula, and it just happened to work. Because Fortnite was supposed to be a campaign, right? Like it was supposed to be a completely different game than what it ended up really being. It's all about the money, absolutely. Green were set items. I tried to Google, but they spoke about a star rarity system. Yeah, don't worry about that. Just worry about the colors of items, really. So the gold items are uniques or like legendaries, and then the yellows are uniques. Blue is rare. I think that's how it works. Green is set. But really, this game, like, sometimes you can find blues that are better than legendary. Really just look at the stats, I suppose. Alright, this is the guy I was talking about that we're about to fight.
If the gods favor us,
It's
we
pretty
might
tough.
be able to do it together.
So, there they are.
Are you prepared to give me all that you've got?
Damn. Yeah, he's tough. I'm glad we left our attack rating on there because we're struggling as is. It would have been even worse had we changed it. Damn. But yeah, you're right about that too, Arcana. They don't take risks really. For fear of like being shunned. Market it to a broader audience than adults. Yep. Yep. Unfortunately. That's why games like Nier, I think Nier Replicant, we don't see more storylines in games like that. And then people don't want to take that risk because, like, that's one of my favorite games ever. But then you look and it probably didn't sell very much in comparison to a game that, like, takes way less risks and is way easier to make, way easier of a story to write. All right, let's see if we can bug the Guardians. If we can, we'll fight them. If not, I don't know what to tell you. $76 million gold. Is there anything that costs a lot that you should be saving for it? Not necessarily saving, but whenever I use the blacksmith, that costs. And the last time we used the blacksmith, I think the thing cost us like 5 or 6 million. I don't, because I'm not using it often and all the time, and I sell a lot more things than I buy, we don't really have money problems. But yeah, if you're not constantly selling and constantly like staying on top of it, you can run out of money for sure. But I've just played this game so much that I'm pretty good at like making sure I always have enough. Blackjacks and hookers. All right, Nico, this is the boss. You've seen me in this place multiple times, right? Damn.
Those are dangerous enemies. Maybe too dangerous.
See, the problem is they're going to drop a lot of loot that can be really good, and we're not going to get it because I don't want to go into the room. Yeah, we're definitely not high enough level to fight these guys properly. But the next difficulty, we're gonna fight them the right way. Just means we gotta really level.
What kind of monster are you? I have overestimated my capabilities here.
Play Risk of Rain. Maybe 45 years old, but we will. All right. I'll be here. Just let me know. How's work going? Okay. Can't even hurt that one. Man, how much health do they have? You can't see the damage numbers, but each time we hit it, we're probably doing like 4,000 to 5,000. His health is barely going down. I can't imagine what this boss is gonna be like on Niobium. Up in Winfield, Kansas, getting a live load. Damn, what time is it? Oh, wow. What time are you going to be home today?
Even if I don't have a name for you, I'll beat you to death.
Just another day in Sacred 2. Well designed, balanced, perfectly balanced game in every way. Now, could you imagine if I was actually taking hits from this boss the whole time? This is why we need to be like way higher leveled when we get to the next difficulty if we're going to fight them head on.
Who or what may have created you? It definitely wasn't.
5 hours left on the clock. This reminds you reminds you of Champions. Yep. You go up there and try to fight the boss head on. I'm just gonna sit back here. Sit back here, way in the back. It's a legit strategy, okay?
Who or what may have created you? It definitely wasn't nature. Who or what may have created you? It definitely wasn't nature.
About to make a banana split and play Sacred 2 until my fingers fall off. Alright, Jonathan. Well, I'll probably be gone by the time you get back, but enjoyed catching up today. I won't be streaming for like the next 2 to 3 days. Just letting you guys know. I'll post in the Discord when we stream next, but I go block or don't, depending on how I feel. Steal the last hit. That's the way it goes sometimes, you know. Gotta take it where you can. When your strategy doesn't work out perfectly. Damn. I can't do damage to this one, so I might actually have to fight him 2 to 3 days. What am I going to do in the meantime? I don't know, man. Draw some more Zelda stuff. Not built for that grind life. Not until I get a new chair. I can't sit in this setup that I have at the moment for long periods. We're gonna actually have to fight him. And probably die. Come on, man.
And I'll give you another one at the same spot.
Oh, I didn't even see my health. Why did I take all that damage?
And become one with nature.
Okay, man, what the hell? Alright, maybe I destroy the rest of these things, I guess? When bugging out the boss backfires? Herman Miller, definitely recommend. I think that's what I had in Australia. We're gaming this weekend. I'm down. I'm down. What do you want to do? You want to do Risk of Rain, or do you want to play Champions? Just tickling the guy. Oh, where'd my health go? If that's not a Sacred 2 quote, I don't know what is. It's not a good thing to say when you're playing hardcore. Ow! Like that. Okay, the whole place is blue and flashing. Alright, let's see here. I mean, we killed 3 of them. Also play Risk of Rain. I'll bring the Steam Deck. Alright. I really think you'd like Risk of Rain. But honestly, we'll probably beat Champions. So... Alright, we're just gonna leave and go back in, see if it helps. We're just gonna blow in the cartridge. Sums up your love life. Champions of Nora? Yeah. Yeah. Me and my brother have a ranger and a barbarian playthrough going at the moment.
How do you like that?
Okay. Maybe try a different weapon. Yeah, we just can't do damage. Oh! All right. Game's broken, guys. What the hell? All right, cool. Very cool. Very cool game design.
To dust and become one
What do I
with
do?
nature.
Save and exit, I guess? The hell is happening? All right, we're at least gonna... We might as well at least get to level 86. Fuck that, I'm not going and looking for those stupid statues. Yeah, underwater levels are the bane of my existence. I don't care what game it is. Surprised how well it holds up? So good. Thanks, game. Very cool. Alright, we're gonna get to level 86. Fuck it. I think the game is bugged. You hear that noise? It's the laser from the Guardians shooting over and over.
Your skull and make it even more flat. This has to
Level.
be a very special item.
Do I have the community patch? Yeah, I do. I assume when I save and exit and go back in, it'll be fine. So I can avoid fault when I die. You know me too well, Arcana.
I'm very happy with you.
That's how you found the channel?
Pain doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
Yeah, I guess that's why I got to keep making videos of all the games I really like. Dylan, that was one time. Literally one time.
Let's see
And it was an
also
accident at
green.
that. Did I beat the game?
Blood is also green.
The game won't allow it to happen. I think the game is sentient. It knew what I was doing. It knew I was bugging out the boss, so I didn't have to fight him properly. And it just made him invincible, you know? That was just the pause menu. Yeah, I'll save and exit, and then we'll go back and try to fight him. Hopefully it's fixed. Made you untouchable against your friends. That's how it is. I was building a warrior. Your brother's name is Dylan as well? Did you also blow him up with explosive barrels? Not that I did. Again, accident. And it was one time. Alrighty. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, look at that. Mastery. So level 52. Oh, we can learn a lot of runes. What do we have? Alright, we'll leave it at that. Someone clipped the first part. Dylan loves Final Fantasy 13, you think? Does Dylan know Final Fantasy 13? It's been like a year. Borderlands barrels. Armor of the Roots. Pretty good. Again, I don't think I need it though. Because we need Chestplate of Time, I'm pretty sure, is the one we want. But we'll keep it. $15 is actually underrated. Agreed. Well trained by the time we got to Borderlands. We didn't really play Borderlands, did we? Just because I was in college. So I think you played Borderlands. I think we played it like separately, right? Before we ever played it together. I can't remember. No, we did play Borderlands. I forget because you always picked Brick. Oh, he's a level higher too now. Guys, it's just he's broken for good. What am I supposed to do? Just the first one? All right now. Fuck. Oh, I mentioned it in the video. Well, because I know me and him played well, you played 3, like Borderlands 2 and 3 you played by yourself, right? So Borderlands 1 we played together. I couldn't remember which one it was. Alright, game's broken. Fuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Alright. Jesus. I guess we'll I don't know. I don't know what's it's just so, it's broken. It's actually broken. First in New Game Plus. Yeah, because I would always have Lilith and you would use Brick. I remember. 130 hours. My second was, I think, 30. Yeah, that's a lot. Third was 230. Wait, what'd you do different? Played with your friends and online? Yeah, I was in Australia by the time those came out, right? Best worst game added again. Well, there you go. There you have it, folks. Sacred 2. I beat the game. Boss is frozen. Unlimited health. Won't acknowledge me. Nothing new. Wasn't a berserker skill ever? Oh, you mean where he starts running and then if you die, or he goes in fist punching mode, and then if you die, you stay in fist punching mode? Trying to beat trials at the beginning of the game? Oh, that was not too long ago, right, Nico? Wasn't that like a year ago or something you were doing that? All right, well, shit. I was at least going to beat the boss, and then we could start off in Niobium next playthrough, but I'm going to have to figure out something with the boss. Surely it's not going to make me restart the whole playthrough. No way. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll go online and see if there's a fix or something. But yeah, once we kill the last Guardian, we'll be in Niobium. Otherwise, I guess we can just level. But either way, that's it for me. I was only going to stream for a short while today anyways. Mainly not wanting to sit down for a long period. Hold on. Just looking at... Oh, sorry. I had a notification. So yeah, I'm going to end there. We're not going to stream for maybe 2 days. Have to uninstall the community patch and then reinstall. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do that. But I'll figure it out over the weekend. I'm also going to figure out how to get this controller set up for it. That way it won't be so tough on my arm, just like holding down the mouse button the whole time. But hopefully we can have this little whole hardcore mode thing done next week. And then I want to get into some Risk of Rain 2 on stream, and try to beat it with every class and do a lot of content there, because I want to make a video on Risk of Rain. So we'll probably start doing that next week too. So Risk of Rain 2, and then some more Sacred 2 is what we'll do next week. We fin? Yeah, we're done. I did everything I wanted. How many levels did we go up? 4? 5? We leveled 5 times. And then tried to beat the boss, but I'm gonna have to figure out. I'll have to uninstall and reinstall to fix it. But thanks for being here. See ya, Jack. Thanks for coming through. Arcana. Jonathan, for the controller. Just how you mapped it. how you mapped it for Sacred 2. So if there's like a link to how you mapped it, or a file that you can send, just so I can see how it relates to the keyboard, and I can change that to fit my controller. Yeah, so I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna go and probably play some more SMT tonight. But love you guys. Take care of yourselves.